Welcome everybody to the Gaiscioch Family Summit for January 2016. I am your host, Benjamin Foley, founder and activities director of the Gaiscioch Social Gaming Community. First up, I'm going to give you guys a little community update, and for that, I'm going to discuss the layout of the new Gaiscioch homepage and kind of give you some insight onto where we're going with it. So, here you go. I'm going to pull it up here. Alright, so here we go. New Gaiscioch homepage, you have your command center up top. You guys will have your GW2 chapter, ESO chapter stuff. A lot of you will have other stuff underneath here because you have like levels that you're working towards. You have your lead to claim leadership, participate to claim participation. Explore is pretty much only discovering recipes at this point for crafting. Writing, you can post things in the forums. You can write articles for the magazine, which will soon be plugged in. Artisan is your crafting, so you can fill work orders for other members. And then social is our new social adventure system by participating in social adventures, which are games outside of the Gaiscioch family. So the first major block that you get to is the event calendar. There is an alternate view of this calendar. So right here you will see the current event. So this will show pretty much what event's happening right now or next. Down here you'll have the list of events that are happening, so you'll be able to go down this list and see various events that are happening. You can click on GW2 to see just GW2 stuff, ESO for ESO stuff, Social Adventures for the final tab, or all if you want to see everything. And that will basically show you a full 5-day glimpse of what's coming up. You can also click on full calendar if you like, over there on the right side, and see a full out, this is our agenda for the week. And you can see what events are going on for what day of the week, and you can see what's coming up in the month. So a lot of these events are recurring, so when they're done with this week, they'll move to the next week, and you'll just have to check it each week. So we're going to go back on to the home page. Next little box is your recent events. If you want to claim participation, you could just click on one of these. And you'll have this little window, click select, claim selected objectives. That's pretty much an easy, quick way to get to your claim participation, right there on the right hand side. As we move further down the home page, you now have the Gaiscioch Live section, which you can see right here. This is us. We're broadcasting right now. You can click on that to tune directly into the live stream. Over here you have our live stream schedule. Soon this will also have the Siege War, the Smitty streams, the social adventures, and the side quests all on this list. Right now it's only the streams of Epic Adventure. Over here you have recent streams. These are past episodes that aired this last week. And then we have our calendar of streams over here on the far right side. You can follow us on Twitch, subscribe to us on YouTube right there. This is available even when you're not logged into the homepage. So if you're outside the Gaiscioch family and are just curious of what we're up to, you can tune in there and see our weekly shows. Down below that we have our tavern discussions. This is our forum. So you have your categories over here. So you click on Gaiscioch and boom, you got all your categories. You click on real life, that opens up. Guild Wars 2 opens up. So you have access to all the forums from the homepage now. Before you would just have access to the posts and not access to the forums. So this kind of puts everything at your fingertip. There's a whole lot of forums, especially with the social adventures opening up. So this is going to continuously grow. So I wanted a way that we can grow without eating up more real estate. So over here you have our announcements. These are all the important posts that we want you to see. Recent discussions. These are all the 10 most recent discussions that have happened. They're color coordinated by the social adventures, the GSCH, just Gaiscioch topics, the ESO topics for gold, red for Guild Wars 2, and then you can see who's on Gamebox right now. So, oh look, there's Hercules. Hi Hercules. And then you can download Gamebox, just clicking on that. It'll take you directly to our download and join our channel. Down below that, you will see the marketplace. If you're on the ESO side of this view, you'll only see ESO stuff. If you're on the GW2 side, you'll only see GW2. If you're on the full www.gaiscioch.com, you'll see all of it. Another area of note is the loot vault over here. I will get to that in a moment. Further down, you'll have the Gaiscioch magazine, shows our latest issue, the latest feature that aired on the Gaiscioch magazine site. You'll have the most recent features over here, and then you have the most popular features. These are the ones that have been viewed and shared the most. And as always, you can subscribe directly off here. If you're already a Gaiscioch member, you already are subscribed, so you don't need to worry. You're part of the 4,552, I believe, subscriptions on top of the 72 extras. And then the magazine site is right there, so you can click and go over to that. Down below that, you have the social ventures tab, full directory, learn more. This will show you the most popular adventures. These are the ones that are the most active, people are claiming stuff for. New adventures are ones that we just listed. So if you want to get involved in any of these games, be sure to join up. And then coming soon, these are the ones that we have planned to launch here in the next little while. Down below, we have the community updates, you have the welcomes, you have the happy birthdays, the promotions, achievements, member stories and blogs, and support the community if you choose to do so. If you're not a Lord Gary, you won't even see this box. So we don't ask anyone that's not a full-fledged member to contribute in any way. So, and then you have the Sanctum Raw community stuff. And then down below you have the recent game news. Some of you guys love this, some of you guys hate it, which brings me to the next thing. What we have planned for this. I am working on a way that you each will be able to set your homepage the way that you want it. So if you want the event calendar here, you can have the event calendar here. If you don't want Gaiscioch Live, that can go away. You can move the tavern above the events if you want that. I'm going to make it so that you can pretty much determine what your homepage looks like. And that should allow you guys to customize it in any way that you want, choose what pieces you want, and which views you want. So that's that. Next big piece, the Gaiscioch Loot Vault. What is a Gaiscioch Loot Vault, you guys ask? Ta-da! Now here, I'll show you guys how to get there. When you're on the home page, click on Marketplace. In the Marketplace, up here in the top center, Loot Vault. You go to Loot Vault, and you see all of these games. Lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of games. These are all codes that people have got with Humble Bundles and Bundle Stars and GOG.com discounts and Steam giveaways and contests and all these games that people either already have or they just don't really have any interest in playing. They can basically list them through the donate item form. And by listing these, they can gain contribution points, which turn into Family Vault credits. So basically, for a certain amount of Family Vault credits, you can buy games. So if you want a System Shock, 10,000 Family Vault credits, bam, you now have System Shock. It shows up in a little mail to you. So you can actually get real-world games. There's also the patches, the Gaiscioch patches you can order. Those are 50,000 a piece. We wanted it pretty high up there because they're kind of expensive. So I actually personally mail these to you. So it takes a little while to get there, but they will get there. Most of those are US only because international shipping is a little hairy. So we have over 300 game codes available in the Gaiscioch Loot Vault currently. You can order real-world Gaiscioch patches, as I mentioned. You can use extra Family Vault credits for cool stuff. Available to all Gaiscioch members. You can get new games, betas, and real-world loot. Simply click the Buy Now button, and the key will be mailed to you with instructions. So, family progress report. How are we doing as a community? Here is our 1 year glimpse. So as you can see, we're about 40 points, 40 active people under where we were last year, which is pretty usual. I mean, this has been, with the economy that we've had and the way that games have kind of hit the market recently, this isn't really any surprise. I mean, there are a whole lot of MMOs out there and a whole lot of games that have come. I kind of expected a drop from Fallout. When Morrowind hit, or not Morrowind, but Skyrim hit, we lost 30% of our population overnight. Like on the release date, 30% of our people didn't log in on the website. So it was quite remarkable to see that kind of drop for our MMO community. I kind of expected Fallout 4 to do the same. We saw a little dip, but not as bad as I thought it would be. I thought it would be much bigger than what it was. So don't be alarmed by our numbers. This is probably likely Fallout the cause of this. Don't worry about it. They'll be back. We do have one little kind of charity thing going out. We want to try to raise some money for Andrew. You guys might know him as Asmodeus, I believe is how you pronounce it. He played with us in Rift, has done a little bit of Guild Wars 2 with us. He has been battling some serious medical conditions and needs to have surgery on his colon and intestines. He has a fundraiser up. You can help him out by going to gsch.info/helpandrew, and if you want to donate, you can. So for Guild Wars 2, we have been going up. We had a slide last month, which I expected with hot releasing the month before. We figured we'd have a sharp increase, and then we'd have a sharp decrease, like we do with every major update that comes out. Anytime that you have an expansion pack or something, you'll always have an increase and then a decrease. That's just kind of the way it is. People come in, they try it, and then they go, oh, maybe not, and then they go away. That's kind of usual, so nothing to be alarmed there. We still are doing fairly well. We're up over the 450 mark, and I believe we're, pretty close to that bar right now as well. So, Guild Wars 2 announcements. Let me pull this up. Do we have any event leaders here that would like to promote their events?
I would love to say that I have a Silver Waste event starting at just as soon as this meeting is over.
Woo woo! Send in your sand, people. We need sand and we need shovels.
Good to know. I'll ask people to save their sand and shovels.
We will need shovels definitely in Anu and Morgan in Guild Wars 2. We probably will need more shovels towards the end of our little race to 40 in Guild Wars 2 for the Raw Guild, and we will certainly need them in Sork as well eventually.
There is the teaching fractal group by Namri and me on Wednesdays and Thursdays, yes?
Yes.
Okay, and Gma Fog does the beginner map clears Monday and Wednesday 2:15 to 3:45, and Saturday mornings at 8 a.m. Bring your coffee and donuts and just go around and enjoy being with family.
Hi, this is Jay, the girl Jay, not the boy Jay. I'm going to be holding the World Boss Train on Monday mornings, but we're going to be moving the Boss Train on the evening edition to Tuesday evenings after the Open Community Guild missions, and that will start not this Tuesday, but a week from this Tuesday. So I wanted to give everybody a heads up about that. That was just so I could work around some scheduling difficulties at home. So enjoy, and I hope to see you soon.
All right, your friendly neighborhood Smitty here. As always, my Smitty's Sabres World vs. World happens on Wednesday evenings at 8 p.m. 8 p.m. Eastern Time. We always like to have new people come out. We try and keep it as an educational event. So if it's the first time coming out to World vs. World, please bring any level tune you want. We'll make sure that we take care of you and show you around and make sure you all have a good time, as well as food, banners, and singing as always.
Shmi again. So I have a couple of events that I do. I just added one to the calendar for Thursday mornings doing half a map clear in HOT. So for people who have come to my map clears in the past on Saturday nights and found them too fast paced, that's a way to do the slow-mo version where we'll stop and pick up the shinies and take a bit more time for folks who don't like to roar through too fast.
Sounds good. Terrific.
Yes, this is Surfer, and on Thursday evening, World v World event that happens right now every other week. Something that will help build our guilds and gathering event. Something that will building up
Alright, I think Terrafer's mic is dying, so what he's trying to say is that on Thursdays he runs the Terragriffs Porteria, and that can be a little bit of World v World. It can also be a lot of different things, whatever we need to help progress the guild hall further. He goes around and does that. He's been having a few little mic problems lately, but I figure we'll bail him out. So that is on Thursdays at 4:30 p.m. Pacific. And then I have my events on Tuesday nights at 5 p.m. We do the community guild missions in Sork, and then immediately following we have our Siege War live stream in World v World on Sanctum of Raw. On top of that, I also do the same thing on Saturday nights at 11 p.m. We do the missions, and at 12 o'clock midnight we do the World v World combat. And one thing I wanted to bring up is our Road to 40.
Oh,
So,
I lost you far.
One of the things that we've been working on is upgrading our guild hall to the level 40. And we are getting very, very close. By January 17th, we should be level 40. And we should have further exploration unlocked. We have a few little roadblocks to get through, such as the objective aura number 7. For vitality, we need 100 large bones, which we might have already gotten, 20 ancient bones, and 35 glacier lodestones. By the 5th, when we try to upgrade the supply capacity, which will give us +5 supply buff on any claimed objectives, we need 50 leaf fossils, 50 piles of crystalline dust, and 25 evergreen lodestones. On the 6th, we will be doing the Guild Hall Decorations Merchant 2, which we already have all the requirements for. On the 7th, we will be doing Synthesis Output 1, which we will need 125 globs of ectoplasm. On the 8th, we'll be doing Plant Synthesizers 1. On the 9th, we'll have Ore Synthesizers 2. And on the 10th, will be Lumber Synthesizer 2. And then on the 11th, we'll be doing Synthesis Output 2, which will need another 125 globs of ectoplasm, 75 bottles of airship oil, 75 piles of ulric dust, and 75 leyline sparks. So if you have any of those things, be sure to sit on that. Day 11th of this month is going to be a heavy one for us to get over. On the 13th, we got a fairly easy one where we just need 250 hardwood planks. And then on the 16th, we'll be doing the Guild Weaponsmith 2, which will need 25 Orichalcum Incants, 20 Ancient Woods, planks, and 10 Celestial Orichalcum Imbued Inscriptions. If anyone wants to start putting those inscriptions together early, that would be good. And then on the 17th, we have our big Guild Hall unlock. If we can pull it off, we'll be kicking off the full upgrade. It's going to completely revitalize the place and make it be in all its former glory. For that, we're going to need 777 exotic essences of luck. Yes, 777, jackpot, right? And then we'll need 100 piles of crystalline dust, 100 globs of ectoplasm, 50 leyline infused tools, 50 molten lodestones, 100 tomes of knowledge, and 50 destroyer lodestones. If we can do all of that, our guild hall will be restored to its former glory, and it will be beautiful, and we will all sing and dance, and we'll be able to go to places that we never were, like Rivendell up there in the northeast. So, we all have that to look forward to. We're looking at, between now and the 17th, completely unlocking the ability to upgrade anything and everything we want. So after that, it's going to be basically targeting things that would help you guys out, whether it's you guys want the mini pets, or if you guys, and I'll probably do some votes. I'll probably pop up a vote here with the Google Forums on which ones you want to upgrade first, and see which ones are most popular, and then we can just work towards those. But after that, after level 40, there's no more needing to get to a certain level to unlock something. We can pretty much do whatever we want, whenever we want. So we're very, very, very close to the end of the road for Rawl, and then we've got the same trek in Sork, Morgan, and Anu. So it's not over yet. We're just about finished with one house. So it'll be still a long push for the other ones as well. The big things with the Morgan and Anu room is that we would like to get to the point where we can start producing siege weapons and world boss events. Once we can do those, we can start mass producing the siege weapons, get them in the commander's hands, and make sure that everybody has access to those so that we don't have to keep blowing through our superior sieges fast. That will be a little bit of a resource. We will need a lot of blue recipes to be able to combine into the guild siege, and it takes 24 hours to produce one guild siege item. So having the 3 guild halls producing those will definitely help keep those stocked up. Other than that, I did hit 400 scribing, so pretty much anything that's scribing related I can now craft for our community. That is largely going towards siege weapons and defenses right now. There isn't. I basically crafted 100 world boss spawns for Soren. So those basically just need her to use them, and then we can slot them again. Decorations, we haven't really started. Haven't scratched the surface. Haven't unlocked the second merchant, where most of the stuff that you need to be able to do any of that stuff is. Like the tier 1 merchant doesn't even really have anything that you can upgrade. You need the tier 2 merchant to be able to get the stones and stuff like that to be able to do anything that's worth anything. So that pretty much, once we hit 40, I plan on opening up the decorations and letting people go nuts. And anyone that wants to be a scribe will have a much easier road. I'm also planning a scribing article for the magazine. So you can look for issue 8 having a nice scribing guide and also probably a guild upgrade guide for other guilds out there. So yeah, that is pretty much what we have on the agenda. You can read more in our notes. That should be in your mailbox right about now. So we got Elder Scrolls Online. This is pretty much our 1 year at a glance. We remarkably have, if you look, since October, we have pretty much just maintained, which is good. It's no longer a downward trend. We actually had a little up and we had a little down, but we're still up over where we were back in November. So it's good. I mean, we are just kind of coasting along. We got a really tight community. Things are going really well over there. Do we have Prissy or Pops or Jerome or Verve or anyone that wants to kind of give a little hoot about what you're doing over there?
Like, this is Prissy, and like Fob says, we're basically holding our own. We are trying to recruit, and we get people who come in, and like everything else, we're just trying to keep us easy. We are still doing the trial runs. We've got a group on Saturday nights doing Hell Raw and AA. Those are the first 2. We have a group on Sunday night doing Sanctum of Ophidian. And I think Jerome is here, and I'll let everybody else speak to their own. And we're just basically staying together, trying to build the game one person at a time, one day at a time. Anybody who wants to come visit, please come down and pop in, and we'll keep you busy.
Yeah, we have regular stuff going on, dungeons, AVA, all kinds of stuff throughout the week, including we are running stuff for lower and higher levels with zone clears and dungeons specifically for the high end. So there's kind of a variety there.
This coming Thursday, if you want to join me for social adventures, you're welcome to join my party and get me killed repeatedly in a dungeon.
Yeah,
Sounds awesome.
We're gonna try to get you another level or 2. I mean,
What?
that's our goal. That's our goal now. When you come in, is trying to get you leveled up. So we're not sure what dungeons you have been in, and for those who do not know, ESO's dungeons are 4-man. So we're going to get some groups together, and we're going to take you in. We figured we'll just do it the easy way and start with the 3 lower ones and work your way up until we get you the vet level, and then we'll work on doing some of the harder ones.
To be quite honest, I haven't done any dungeons since beta, so it'll be an experience. Hopefully, there's like a quest I can grab and turn in for it.
There is a quest, and we're trying to get you some people about your level so that you still get XP. So that we're not doing a 30-second silver key run. So that you can get in there and see how the dungeon works and heal and die and die.
I die good.
Speaking of silver key, I think he was pretty close to the right level to start getting those.
think he's 44. He might have hit 45, but yeah, he's really close.
We're getting there. In
Yeah, I'm right at
2016,
level
I will be VR rank 1, I swear.
Woohoo!
Speaking of silver and gold keys, almost every single day in ESO there is a silver or gold key run, whether it be V1 or V16. Mine run on Thursdays at, I do believe, 7:30 or 8 o'clock Eastern time, except for the Thursdays that fog comes over. And every other day, various event leaders are running stuff. So if you're wanting to test your DPS, or if you're wanting to get in and see what the game's about, and experience dungeons, whether you're new to it or you're an old pro, by all means, come down and hit us up.
And one thing with that is, if there's a time slot where there isn't something and you want to do it, we're more than happy to help additional event leaders with ESO.
Definitely, they are a very friendly bunch over there. So if you want to run something, or you're just kind of confused at how it all works, I'd say hit up Jerome, hit up Prissy, hit up Verve. These guys can help you out. They can get you started, and they can give you good instructions on how to list your event and start leading.
I want to just chime in. I'm on the West Coast, and a lot of the things I'd like to do are way too early. They're right around the time I should be feeding a family, so.
And that's something that we want to hear. We want your feedback on that. A lot of our events, we have actually discussed where we want to put them because we aren't certain that we're catching everyone. So please do let us know that, and we will make sure there are events on the calendar for different times for you if you can help us with your schedule.
Thanks. It's just frustrating.
Well, the problem is that most of us are East Coasters, and by the time 11 o'clock Pacific comes, or let's say 9 o'clock Pacific, that's midnight Eastern. So, yeah, so we have a time zone difference. One of the things that if you want to, everybody says, well, I would like to have this event, and I would like to have this event. And then we say, you know what, if you got up and led it, or just even put it together, sometimes you don't even have to lead it. There would be more events, but for the East Coasters to have to try to stay up for the West Coasters, sometimes it's kind of not going to happen. So yeah, we still are trying to work on that and getting more later in the night.
No, I understand totally. It's just such a conflict of interest that it kind of is frustrating. And
Tell
I'm
your
on
family that on this night here, it's fend for yourself and see what happens.
Well, it would be every fend for yourself night.
The other thing you can consider with that, there is a group that runs later at night. We have our own kind of sub-guild out of Gaiscioch, and we do dungeons and stuff. There's a handful of people who are in that, and there's a handful of people who just aren't and are online. You can always see if people want to do some stuff. A lot of the stuff we do is just, hey, guys, want to do this?
Remember, everybody can
gotcha.
see all guild chats, so feel free to chat. And if they're representing another guild or off doing something with another guild, and you say, "Hey, anyone doing dungeons?" They probably will shout up and say, "Hey, yeah, we're looking for a tank or something." So, be vocal. I can tell you that what shows up on the calendar is maybe 10% of what is actually ran in our family. So those are not representation of how many events we run each week. We run about probably 9 times what you see on the forums. Just pick up events. People asking, hey, who wants to do a dungeon? Oh, let's go do a dungeon. And they go do dungeons. That's kind of how it works.
Pretty much anything you see on the calendar, if it's something you would like to do, you can ask in guild and it can be improvised on the fly.
Yep.
It's all events.
Anyone else have any other events for ESO that they would like to speak about, or any kind of announcements?
Yeah. I just want to say that I still have the non-vet webinar pack map clear that are going on. So anybody who's picked up the game, have lobby or not so lobby, and they want to complete all the world boss, the dolmen, and the public dungeon, this is the time you want to come about. And I believe Bree still has her event on Tuesdays that covered the veteran version of the maps.
Yeah, I'll be starting with Glen Umbra, which is the first one of the veteran areas, and as usual, going up through all 10 zones, one each week. Pretty much we get the world. Yeah, we pretty much get the world bosses, the dolmens, and the public dungeon, because those are the things that usually take a group, and most everything else is soloable in the map zone.
Very nice.
There are 2 AVA events, Friday and Saturday nights, between 8 and 9 Pacific, for people who have been doing AVA, but are new at it. So we've been having a good time learning how to PvP and doing things we don't normally do. You're all welcome to come out, regardless of level, skill level, character level.
We're doing the same thing on Monday nights, but they're doing it, but ours is at 5 p.m. Pacific. I don't know. C's in here. C is still doing her IC City runs once a week now to go in and get goodies and complete some quests and kill some bad guys.
All right, so I think that's probably all the ESO events. So next up is Gaiscioch Magazine. Where are we with this? Ta-da! 7 issues. We've actually launched 7 issues, which is quite a feat. After that first issue, we were like, I wonder how long this will last. So we just kept on writing and kept on publishing, and yeah, we're at issue number 7. The next issue, I'm really excited to kind of share what we got lined up. So, our interviews this coming issue. We got CD Projekt Red, who did The Witcher. They're going to be talking to us about their founding as CD Projekt, the launching of GOG.com, all the way through The Witcher, and maybe even a little sneak preview of what's to expect with Cyberpunk. So, yeah, this should be really good. Armando Morabito agreed to an interview with us. He's actually almost done with it and returned it to me. He's a epic music composer who did a fabulous, actually lyrical version of the new Star Trek song. So if you haven't done that, search his name on YouTube and look for Star Wars. And he did. I mean, I don't like Star Wars, and I like that song. That song was really good. So check it out. He's done a lot of music. He did the score to Arc Ages trailer. So he's been around the block once or twice. So, and very talented individual. He also owns several companies. And then we also have Artcrafts, the producers of Crowfall. And we've got an interview with them coming up. Soulbound Studios from Chronicles of Valeria, and Fairy Tale Distillery from Dust Hall. So we've got some pretty cool interviews coming up, and really look forward to publishing those and letting you guys see some inner workings of those guys. And then we're always looking for writers. No experience necessary. If you want to write and you have something to say and you want somebody to read it, join up. We'd love to have more people contributing to the magazine. Right now, we're pretty running a skeleton. Real life has taken a lot of our people away. So we can definitely use some more writers. So if you ever really wanted to write for a publication, or maybe you just want to, post your recipes, we always are happy to have more recipes. So definitely join up with the team. Just look to the Gaiscioch Magazine site, gsch.info/mag. There's a join team link, and that will get you in the process to join the team. Also, come into Gamebox and talk to me. I'd love to chat with you and let me know what you would like to do, what position you think you can be good at. This is a completely volunteer-driven magazine. None of us make any money from this. We do it because we just wanted to do it, or maybe some of us wanted some professional experience. None of us are pros at this. We're just kind of faking it till we make it. And so far, we're doing really well. So kudos to the team. I'm just astonished by how much we've done, and it's really neat to see that we're publishing our 8th issue, which marks our 2-year mark. publishing. So hats off to you guys. You guys have done an awesome job with this magazine, and I'm really proud to say that we have our own magazine, and it is awesome.
One note with that, if you are afraid that you don't have the technical expertise, grammar, spelling, stuff like that, please don't be. We have an excellent team of editors. We will make you look good.
They make me sound smart. That's tough.
Yeah, we polish up lots of stuff and interesting things. So yeah, no problem.
If they
And I'll
can
have my
make me sound good, they can make anybody sound good.
yeah. Sometimes it's a little work fog. No, just kidding.
Oh, I know. You ask any one of my English teachers, they know. So next up, we have the Gaiscioch family live streams. This is really kind of taken its own and taken off and has opened a lot of doors that I never expected to open. We kind of started this just out of fun with the streams of adventure. I was doing the side quests on the side, trying to figure out this whole streaming gig and how it works. And then Smitty's like, hey, I want to get one too. So, you know, Smitty's been working on his own little gig, and I have something very special to show you guys. So if you'd all tune your eyes to Twitch or to YouTube right now, there's a little message from Smitty.
In a world where games are plentiful, one man will try to play them all while acting like an idiot. Oh, this is fun.
Didn't your parents teach you any manners?
Didn't yours? And as a way to... And Soren has died her first death. We haven't even started the test missions, and she died. But if there's no aliens around it, it'll just kind of sit there until it's fired off its load. That didn't sound right. That's not right. That's not right at all.
So there you have it. Smitty streams. So Smitty, what do you have coming up that we can look forward to? What are you doing this coming week?
Oh, goodness gracious. Well, tomorrow morning I'm going to be getting my groove on in Crypt of the Necrodancer. It is a little game where you move an adventurer through procedurally generated dungeons, but all your actions have to be in time to the music. So you will have the music playing. You'll see a heartbeat in the middle bottom of your screen, and all your movements and attacks have to be timed with the heartbeat in order for you to maintain your coin multipliers and whatnot. And your enemies also move and attack in time to the beat. So it's real time, but it's going to be a ball to play tomorrow. Soren will be joining me for that, and it's going to be a lot of fun. I can tell you that much.
Well, definitely looking forward to it. I have to say, I think you're a lot better at streaming than I am.
Well, you know, you got me motivated about it. How's that?
Well, good, because you're really good at it, and I really look forward to seeing what else you do. So I might be throwing some more crazy games your way and seeing you stream them.
Oh, I'll do them. Trust me.
So, a little bit on statistics, real quick. Our Twitch TV is up to 401 subscribers, 27,168 views. Our YouTube's up to 370 subscribers. You'll notice that Twitch passed YouTube this past month. And we have 101,848 views on YouTube. Big thing with YouTube is that we get a whole lot of views after the stream is done. On Twitch, we get a whole lot of views while the stream is being done. So it's even though that we broadcast to both places at the same time, people still watch Twitch and then they go and watch it after the fact on YouTube. So take your pick. We do both. Aside from that, this is our stream calendar. Sundays at 8 a.m. Smitty streams. You can find out more gseh.info/Smitty streams. On Mondays at 6 p.m. Pacific, streams of Epic Adventure. gseh.info/SOEA. Tuesdays, 6 p.m. The Siege War. gseh.info/Siege War. Thursdays, 6 p.m. Pacific. That's Social Adventures. gseh.info/Social Adventures. Weekdays, every weekday at 3 p.m. Pacific, side quests. And that's gsch.info/sidequests. And coming soon, we're laying the foundation work for Guild Systems Deconstructed, coming Q1 2016. And then I just kind of pitched the idea to a few people about a new live stream series, hopefully kicking off maybe in February, called Love at First Frag. And that's going to be coming out late Q1, early Q2, hopefully. And hopefully that'll be couples gaming together and getting some couch co-op going with some funny commentary. So the streams of Epic Adventure this month, January 4th, we have Trine 3. January 11th, I know a lot of you guys have been waiting to join us in Star Wars Old Republic. We're going to be streaming that January 11th. January 18th, Paladins. It's a new game, kind of MOBA-like, but also Siege-like, so it's kind of interesting. January 25th, Blade and Soul will be live, and we will be streaming it. So definitely check that out. Mondays at 6 p.m. Pacific on gsch.info/SOEA. For the social adventures, this month we have January 7th, Elder Scrolls Online, January 14th, The Villain. January 21st, we're making a return to Warhammer Online in Tier 1, playing Return to Reckoning, which is a fan-made version of Warhammer Online. Right now they have Tiers 1 through 3 working. And then January 28th, all those old Rift folk, we're going back to Rift to go have some fun there. We need you to be level 11 or higher so that you can do instance adventures with us. We're going to be traveling around doing those, showing off those neat little gems. We might also go visit the new zone. So tune in Thursday, 6 p.m. Pacific for social adventures. gsch.info/social adventures. You can join the adventures by going to gsch.info/getsocial and tweet to us at getsocial. For side quests, we've been doing this every day during the weekdays. Monday, we do the Just Cause 3 Chaos mode. So we just go out there and we blow a lot of stuff up and have a lot of fun. A lot of laughs. You can watch me go full speed into the floor. Tuesday is Bloodborne. If you want to see me get ripped apart a lot, you can come watch that. We're going through the entire story of Bloodborne, hopefully. If I survive that long. Wednesdays is the viewer choice, and you can vote at gsch.info/sidequests. Whatever you would like to see, there's a list of games each week that you can choose from. Pick your favorite, and we'll stream it on Wednesday. On Thursday, it's Assassin's Creed Syndicate Story Mode. Fridays, Uncharted Collection Story Mode. And that is weekdays at 3 p.m. Pacific. gsch.info/sidequests. And the Smitty streams, I believe you changed the re-memory to your other one that you're doing. So that is the that other stream that you're doing. I pulled your old calendar, so I don't think it's up to date.
Crypt of the Necro Dancer.
Yeah, Crypt of the Necro Dancer is January 3rd. Are you still doing Teslagrad on the 10th?
I am.
Okay, and then Abyss Odyssey on the 17th. Citizens of Earth on the 24th, and Mission Runway on the 31st. So you get to watch Smitty design dresses. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Sundays, 8 a.m. Pacific. gsch.info/Smitty streams. So now's the time of the day when we ask for questions and answers. So does anyone out there have any questions? Go ahead and type them into Twitch chat, YouTube chat, or just in the game box. You can also raise your hand and we'll call on you. And you can ask me outright. All questions fair game.
We do have a couple of questions here already for you, Fog. First one, is it possible for us to get a gsch.info/calendar link to for a full calendar page?
I believe there already is. I'm looking.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Ow, that sounds painful.
That was an epic sneeze.
It makes my heart just hurt hearing it.
All right, while you're looking that up, Fog, can anyone else donate game keys to the loot vault?
Yes, you just go to the loot vault, and then there's a form there that says donate, and you just fill out that form, and then I verify, and then when it's verified, it goes into the system so people can claim them. And you get awarded points when somebody actually orders the key. So if you list, Strong Bad's Adventure, and nobody buys Strong Bad's Adventure, you won't get any tokens until somebody does.
Can items be purchased from the loot vault and gifted to someone else?
Once you have the key, you can do whatever you please with it.
All right,
So
just a
you'll
reminder.
get the CD key in the mail.
Just a reminder, if you do have any questions, we are watching both Twitch, YouTube, and GameVox chat. So if you have any questions, you can feel free to type them there. Next question for you, Fog. You earlier listed off a lot of those items that are going to be necessary for the Guild Wars level 40 guild. Is there a place on the site where you have those specifically listed out?
Just in the Sinar notes, I put them in there. So if on the forums, I also posted the Sinar notes, and you can look it up there. There's also the donation list on the homepage in the marketplace section that lists all the different things that we're collecting for all the different things that we do. So there's quite a few things that we are going to constantly need. There's a lot of things that we need to build siege weapons and upgrades and stuff like that that are going to be pretty much used from now till the end of time. So yeah, definitely check out that list. I process those as fast as I can, but realize that I usually get anywhere from 10 to 50 mails a day. So it sometimes takes me a little while to get through them. So you can type in gsch.info/events, and that will take you to the full event calendar.
Very good. Next question for you. Is there a guide or any sort of helping document to install the new Warhammer game?
Inside of the social adventure system, if you look up at the top right of the Gaiscioch homepage, you will see 5 icons. The middle one will say Adventure. You click on that, then click on Warhammer Online. Inside there, it will link you over to the official website of this third-party group, and that will get you started. There's also a forum post.
Fog, we lost you at forum post.
There you go. I linked the forum post in the current channel for Twitch and YouTube. That's gsch.info/p/165981. And that's a forum post that lists the information. We actually did store the downloadable all in one piece in a third-party site for you guys to download directly. So yeah, we'll be going through there again. As always, you can jump up onto GameBox and ask questions. We're going to do our best with it. As I said, this isn't produced by Mythic. It's not produced by EA. It's not produced by Games Workshop. This is just a bunch of fans of the game that didn't want to see it die, so they took it on themselves to basically recreate it. And so far, from what I hear, they're doing remarkably well.
Very good. It seems that ESO has an overabundance of unscheduled timed events. Is there any way to differentiate those separate events for making it easier to claim those events?
At the moment, a person would have to schedule their event, and then they would have that in a drop down so that they can claim that event. So, like, if you schedule an event, it'll say whatever event name you had as a scheduled event. Other than that, right now, we don't have a means to do so. The one problem that we had when we let people set their own is that people were setting them way too long, and it was starting to break things, and they were using strange characters and sticking stuff in there that they shouldn't be sticking in, like HTML. So we took that ability away and made it so that you can only do it through a scheduled event or through an unscheduled pickup event. So schedule those events if you want the name. Even if you just want to hold the title, you can schedule an event for sometime last week, and you'll have the title in there, and then you can select it from the drop down and set it as your event title.
Excellent. In reference to the Star Wars, what server are we on?
That Ebonhawk, I believe. But we don't have the guild formed yet. That's going to happen probably during our stream.
And what level tune are they going to need for the Star Wars event?
I'm hoping that we can all get to level 5. I think level 5 is where we can finally play with each other, and I don't even know. I haven't been in there yet, so it's going to be a work in progress, guys.
Okay, next question for you. Are there any plans of doing GSCH in other languages?
No. I can only control our reputation in English, because I don't even speak English well, as you can just tell right there. It's hard enough for me to get English, there's no way I'm going to be able to patrol it in other languages.
Okay, next question. Tokens of Valor do not seem to be working at this time. Are we only allowed to submit one per person leading and never again to the same person after that?
That is correct. This is the way you need to look at Tokens of Valor is this is your seal of approval to that leader. So you're basically saying each person gets one token of valor that they can give to a person. Once they've given that, they can't give another one. So when somebody has 100 tokens of valor, this is 100 unique people within the family thought that they were a good leader. That is what we're going for. Is if everybody can give a token of valor every time that somebody led, then we'd have like one person gave Joe a token of valor every single event that he ever led. He has 100 tokens of valor, even though only one person in the entire community thought that he was a good leader. We want it to be a sign-off of how many people, like a note of how many people enjoyed that leader. And the other factor is that you can't give a token of valor to somebody that's a lower rank than yourself. We don't want leaders pushing up other leaders. We don't want the top of the food chain saying, hey, this guy needs to be a leader, everyone give him a token of valor. No, the tokens of valor can only be given to somebody lower rank than yourself. So you have to impress the people lower ranked than yourself if you want to climb up the leadership ranks. So that's how that works. So it's not broken. It's working exactly as it should.
Okay, then kind of...
I'd like to thank my mother and my son for voting for me and giving me my 2 tokens of valor.
Woohoo! Hey, if I could give you one, I would, Pops. But, you know, hey, I give you eldership, so...
Yeah, it's a trade-off, right?
That's the closest thing I get. Yeah, but you have been a huge influence in this community. I'm thankful every day that you're here, so thanks, Pops.
Wasn't looking for that. Just
too bad. You get it. It's New Year's, and I love you, man.
I love you too, man.
A couple follow-up questions.
You ain't getting my Bud Light.
Oh, that's okay. I don't drink.
I don't either.
A couple follow-up questions. Since we can only provide one token to a particular person, can it be possible to change the window that if we've already given a person a token, the system can tell us we cannot provide any more? Letting us know we've already provided a token to a person.
The difference is that the window that pops up also allows you to provide a comment. That comment goes to the person, regardless. So you can post more than one comment. You just can't give more than one token.
So that kind of answers then another follow-up question. Can we still provide feedback to the event leader even if we can't give them a token of valor?
Yes, and in fact, you can go one step further and on the actual event page, if you really want to really make an impact, you can write a recap. And writing a recap will basically post with that event and tell others what happened at that event. You can do it in story mode, or you can just say, hey, I really enjoyed your event. Thanks for leading it. And that's your way that you can leave comments on an event itself. So, and you earn lore points for writing recaps. So feel free to write recaps about all your favorite people's events. If you had a wicked good time, post it in the recap. It's really good for people to be able to look back at events and say, oh wow, people really enjoyed this event, or oh, this was the first time that they ever ran this event where they led Fog off a cliff 100 times, and everybody enjoyed it. Look how many people wrote about it. You know, so then they know, hey, let's leave more Fog off cliff events. So yeah,
fun.
Write your recaps. It's a lot of fun. It definitely is something that the leaders look at and they look back and say, wow, that's really cool.
And if you don't know where to find your recap of events, your comments that you've been given, etc., please just ask. There's a lot of us who can help you find them.
And those recaps are going to be used in other ways in the future too. So I'm still working. Realize that this website was built over 15 years. So there are parts of it that are 15 years old, and there are parts of it that are brand new, and I'm trying to blend everything together.
Data.
Lots of data. At least it's not in Cold Fusion anymore.
True. Well, Fog, that's all the questions that we have written in at this time.
All right, if anybody has any other questions, now's the time, or forever hold your peace.
Did you really say you don't like Star Wars?
Yeah. Sorry, but I think my parents killed it for me. That and Star Trek. It was pretty much all we ever watched as a kid, so it kind of got old.
Considering you were 2 months old and we took you to the first Star Wars movie.
Pretty much, yeah. But yeah, it's I not like I don't hate it. It's not the first thing I'd ever want to do. So I'm more of a medieval folk fantasy style. You know, I don't know. Even Lord of the Rings isn't exactly my favorite, but you know, I liked them the first time, but it's not something I can watch every weekend. So, has anybody thought of running a social adventure event yet and wondered how to do that? It's one thing I didn't include in my presentation, but I kind of wanted to make sure everyone knew how to do. So if you look at my window, if you want to lead a social adventure, you can do it one of two ways. You can say, okay, I'm going to lead the villain social adventure. Click on the villain over here. There's lead an adventure. Click on lead an adventure. Select an event. You have 3 time gauges. You have 15 minutes, 30 minutes, and an hour. So you can click on an hour. There's an hour event. You can click it end event at that point, and then all you need is for 3 or more people to claim your event for it to award you points. If you go in and say, oh, well, I didn't actually lead an hour, I need a half an hour. You delete that hour. Click on a half an hour. And there you go. End event. If you decide that, oh, wait, maybe I should just delete that event I created by accident, click delete event, it goes away. Again, you'll need a total of 3 people to claim. At 3 people, you'll have a 50% point value. With 4 people, you get 100% the point value. Above that, it incrementally goes up. Full chart is up in here. Yeah, here you go. So 4 to 9 players is 100%. 10 to 19 players is 125%. 20 to 50 players, 150%, and 50 plus players, 200%. So basically the more people that come to your events, the more points they're worth. And then it's just based on time. So if you lead an hour, you claim an hour. And you can do that on anything. So if you wanted to go play Call of Duty with your friends, you can literally list an adventure in Call of Duty. You just go in there. This is the main window if you don't have any games selected. And down at the bottom, lead an open adventure. Click on that. You type in the game title exactly as it appears. So it would be Call of Duty Ghosts or whatever you want to lead. And then you stick the event name as you want it to appear. Then you click Begin Campaign. This doesn't have to be PC. You're going to be playing the game on your PlayStation if you want. 4-player, Ratchet & Clank All for One, and be listing that. It's just anything that you do that you create with 4-player. So any 4 players within Gaiscioch, you'll have to have all 4 of them claim for you to get the total point values. But you can pretty much do that with just about anything. So if we don't have the adventure that you want, you can create your own. And all of those are logged. So if we start seeing a lot of people playing Star Citizen or something of that nature, then we will open up a adventure in Star Citizen so that you guys can have your own little meeting spot and plan from there. So definitely start using this system if you're doing extracurricular games. We want to definitely get some monitoring on who's playing what so that we know where we should be focusing some attention on and what type of games we should add to our social adventures lineup. So give it a look, give it a try, see what you think. Should be good. So if there are no more questions, who would win in a fight, Sonic the Hedgehog or Jimmy Neutron? I'd probably have to say Jimmy Neutron, because he'd probably come up with some genius invention that would electrify pants, and Sonic would be dead right there. And that's going to be it, guys. There you have it. Jimmy Neutron wins. Thank you all for tuning in. We'll see you next month. We're looking at February 6th as the next Gaiscioch Family Summit. So tune in February 6th at 5 p.m. and we'll be doing this again then. Thank you all for tuning in. Thanks for joining me.